Everybody, I'm back. Okay, I think I left off on telling you about the message that I got from my friend. And, alright, well basically, the message, what it had said was, my friend basically told me that she messaged me and she asked me, hey, have you had a chance to connect with the spirit of the hawk, the spirit of the falcon? Have you learned anything? Like, have you gotten a message from him? Da 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 da. And I just messaged her back and I was like, yeah, I feel like I connected with him. I feel like I learned something, and, from my feelings, like, and, I just told her, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. I was like, why? And she said that, she's like, well, I connected with the falcon last night, and I connected with him, and they gave me a message to pass on to you. And she was like, well, what did you learn? So I told her what I learned about how I'm preparing for scholarship right now in the Falcon. And, I read up a lot about the Falcon, and it's also, it's perfect timing, just everything that they give you and they help you with. And I was like, I think I'm coming more into my powers, especially involved with the spirits and spirit realm. Like, I'm noticing more spirits, and I'm feeling more like there's spirits around me more. And it's just, a whole bunch of stuff that just worked out perfectly with the timing and with the falcon and everything, and then more things that when I was talking to it, just the, all that stuff, all that good stuff. So, well, I told her, and she said her exact words were that, no, that's not it. She said that the falcon came to her that night and said that I'm not listening to the falcon, and that the falcon came to my friend so she could pass along a message to me that I'm not listening and opening myself up enough to the falcon, and that the falcon needs to be buried, the wing needs to be buried, taken away, and that I am only hearing what I want to hear from the falcon, and that it was very ill at the time, and that's what set it up to get attacked. Well, I saw the falcon the day before and every day before I found the wing. And it didn't look ill. It didn't look sick to me at all. I saw it every single day. It would only fly over my house, and it was always around, and it just, I felt like I'd had a connection with this bird a while before I even found the wing. And so it never looked ill, didn't seem sick, and I even asked her, I was like, well, what do you mean it was sick? Like, what do you mean? Like, and mind you, this girl, my friend, she's never been to my house. We've only known each other a couple months. We talk almost every day, but we've only met each other in person like 3 or 4 times. And we talk and connect a lot, and like, it seems like we have a strong connection, but she's never been to my house. She doesn't really know me that well, or my energy, or my aura and everything, and she's never been around the animals that are around the back of my house. Like, I can tell you which animal's which in the back of my house. I can tell you which fox is which, which deer, like, I've been around these animals most of my life, and I have a very strong connection with them. So she doesn't work off any of their energy. She's never felt any of their energy. So it was just, I'm not saying a spirit couldn't come to her and ask for help. Like, obviously it could, but it just, it was odd that all of a sudden she has all this information about it and, knows all this stuff, when it just, and I didn't get any bad feelings, like I said, about the falcon whatsoever. I didn't feel like there was something wrong. I didn't feel like it was sick. I've only gotten good, positive energy from it. And it was just seeming like, because then when I told her, like, really, I'm not getting that at all. She's like, well, you're not listening to it. You're not opening yourself up to it. You're basically saying, like, no, you're wrong. I'm right. Like, telling me that I need to do what she says because it's what the falcon wants. And I want to do whatever is best for the spirit of the falcon. Like, it's my only interest. I don't give a fuck about her. I don't give a fuck about what I want or whatever. I want to do what's best for the spirit. And if that means that is what the spirit wants, is for me to bury her wings so her soul can soar, and she can move on to her next stage in spirit world, and all that, and then that's what I'll do. But I'm not getting those feelings and that warning, like, I'm not getting that. I'm not getting anything of what she's saying, and it just seems odd to me too that it was like right when I got the message from the tea leaves. She messaged me. And then it was like just basically saying, no, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you need to bury the Falcon Wing because that's what the spirit wants. And she kept saying, calling it with her as she. And I'm almost positive I knew it was a boy falcon. Like, I've seen this falcon every day for the past almost year now, and I pretty much know for a fact it was a boy. And because I could feel like it's a boy. Like, I hold the wing in my hand and I can feel it. You know what I mean? Like, you can feel it. Energy. You can feel. And, I mean, granted, she has been doing this a lot longer than me, especially when it comes to spirits and when it comes to especially animals, power animals and spirits and stuff like that. So, a part of me is, like, you know, saying that, alright, she's been doing this longer than me. She has more experience. She would almost know better and know really what she's talking about more. But then it's like, the other part of me is like, that's great and all, but in the end, I'm going to do what I think is best because this is a presence in the spirit that came to me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, she's not around the spirit. How do you know? We live an hour away from each other. How do you know she's not feeling the energy off of a different falcon? You know what I mean? Like, there's just too many things that's just like, almost like, I mean, I get that you know, want to do what's best or you want to help, but that's what it is. It's advice. When you give somebody advice, you don't give them advice to make them do what you say. You give them advice to help them figure out their own path, you know? And it's just, I don't know. Like, maybe, I'm sorry if I'm rambling, but I don't really have anybody else to talk to about this because normally I would ask her. And it just doesn't seem, not that I can't trust her or anything, because, you know, that would be stupid. Like, there would be nothing for her to either be jealous about. There would be nothing for me not to trust her about, but it just, I'm looking at the wing right now. I'm standing literally not even a foot away from it. And I just, the feelings I get when I talk to him. And it's like, because I know he was a boy. And I just, it's the most amazing, beautiful experience ever. And I'm not getting that amazing feeling, but oh my God, there's something wrong. There's something missing. I'm getting this presence around me that's supposed to be there. And I know, like, you know, I'm almost positive almost every single person on here is going to agree with me and say, you need to do what you feel is right and do what's best for you. But at the same time, like, I'm not going to just do what she says. I'm sorry. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not going to do what you told me to do just because you told me to do it. I'm going to do what, you know, I'm going to follow somebody's advice. I'm definitely going to follow somebody who has more experience than me as advice. But at the same time, if I truly don't feel like that's what's right for the spirit and for me, then I'm going to do what's right for the spirit because, like I said, this presence, the spirit, he came to me. He didn't come to her. And, I mean, she says that he does. Don't get me wrong. She says that she did, but she keeps on calling it a she, and I'm almost positive she... Sorry, that's my daughter. Hold on, sweetie. So, I mean, she says that it did, but I don't know. I kind of just... I'm sorry if I'm rambling, but I kind of need somebody's advice, like anybody's advice on this, because I don't know what to do. I'm trying, but another problem is I cannot remember my dreams at all. Sometimes I'll remember bits and pieces, but I don't know what's wrong. Like, I work with crystals a lot, but even they're not helping. I'm not sure what to do, but I cannot seem to remember my dreams, and I feel like my dreams are screaming at me to tell me the answer, and it's like I can't freaking remember them. And like, I mean, I don't have very much time during the day to meditate. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I have to be in bed by 10. And usually I'm doing something between all those hours. I have few times to even sit down. Usually when I make these videos is why I'm smoking a cigarette, because it's the only time I have. And right now I gotta go do the dishes. So, I mean, I always try and make time to meditate, but I don't have that much time. And it's, I don't know. I really would like somebody's take on this. I mean, even if you don't want to give me advice, or if you don't know, like, I mean, at least what would you do in this situation? Because it's just really confusing. So, I don't know. I'm just not sure what to do. But yeah, so that's what I wanted to tell you guys. My phone's already up to 9 minutes, so I'm going to have to cut it off. But I'm going to do another, like, probably a couple seconds just to show you the wing. But if anybody can help me out, I would really appreciate it. So, I'm going to make a video later about my crystals. So, and just, I'm going to meditate on it, see what I can come up with. Alright. Thanks, everybody. Bye.